Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on? So this one had her wisdom teeth taken out today.
Did she have to do the whole sleep stuff? So she came all loopy.
Well, she didn't get really loopy. She got emotional. They say that you go one or the other, and she went into the emotional side of the loopiness. But she did get the sleepy stuff that made her emotional, not loopy.
We'll definitely get better over there. Get better.
Little
Wisdom
Roo.
teeth suck to have pulled out.
Do they? I still have mine. I don't
I've
know.
had 2 wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah, I've had two pulled, and then I got my top ones that are still there. I mean,
I've had a root canal's worse. I've done a root canal, and that sucks.
love you, babe. Um, I did a root canal, and I'll never do another one.
I mean, actually, I'll take it back. Pulling the teeth, technically, I think if I really think about it, was worse because that sound of that tooth being pulled out is like horrible. Where at least when I went and did, I had actually the best dentist when I got my root canal because the dude's like, all right, I was like, hey, do you mind if I just listen to my my music, put my headphones in, listen to my music? Because always my problem is that drill. That's everybody's problem is that drill and that sound and that sitting off the side of your mouth. He numbed the hell out of me, and I had my headphones on. And to be honest with you, I didn't feel a thing.
so you didn't feel nothing.
I didn't feel a damn thing. Pain. He's poking that thing into my tooth. I'm like, whatever. I'm in a zone over here.
No pain, he says. Oh man. My least favorite place on this planet to go to is the dentist office, by the way.
Yeah.
That is, but
they do say that the dentist is the most feared doctor of all practices.
Okay, so I've had shit teeth my whole life. I mean, like shit teeth my whole life. I've had cavity after cavity after cavity. I've had pulled teeth. I've had now I've got fake teeth in my mouth. I've had it all. I mean, I've done a root canal. I've done it all, and I absolutely hate going to the dentist. And my dentist is the best dentist I think on the planet. You know, we live in a pretty small town, right? You're aware of that. I don't know if everybody else is. We live in a really, really small town. So because we live in a small town, my wife knows everybody. And because my wife knew everybody, now I know everybody. So I mean, we have a really good dentist, which is like family practice dentist. The brothers working with the sister, and before that, it was two brothers working together. I mean, so all the dentists there are related in some shape, way, form, or fashion. Great people.
Every small towns, everybody knows everything.
Great people. But I hate going to see them, and they know this. I mean, because I've told them I hate coming in here.
I would think as a dentist, even if you're going to school for it, or you at some point you have an epiphany, it'd be like, everyone hates me. Everyone just hates. I mean, I think people would rather go get their prostate checked than go to the dentist.
I would rather get my prostate checked than go to the dentist. Just go throw that one out there. I'd rather go to the. You want to? Hey, let's get it checked.
Let's just go for it.
Let's go for it. Like, the only time you have something to worry about is if he puts both his hands on your shoulders. I mean, then you've got something to talk about. You'd be like, hey, what's up, man? I broke you. Just remember, you threw that out there. There's no shame in my game.
Wow.
Zero whatsoever when it comes to stuff like that. I hate the dentist, though. And like I was saying, it's a really small community. We have really lots of great stuff going on today that I want to talk about, though. I want to talk about some eBay stuff. We got some anime. We have some NFTs. Just a lot of really cool stuff. But before we get into any of that, I want to ask you a serious question. How would you feel if another channel used one of your thumbnails on an Instagram post? But they covered your face. Let's say they covered your face.
I would definitely be pissed off.
Would that piss you off?
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, I think using an art piece or just an image off the internet and editing it and making it your own. I think that's one thing, but I think a thumbnail is like that's something you work on. That's something you kind of take pride in, and that's something you kind of do. And to me, that's kind of an unwritten YouTube influencer no. I mean, you can take notes from other people's thumbnails and maybe kind of do something similar, but you don't straight up copy it or
Oh
you
man,
know.
so right now there's two channels on Instagram. I'm not going to mention any of them, by the way, because I'm just not that person. I don't even really like calling people out. So if you notice, I take those posts down right away when I make that stupid mistake. There's two channels right now that are kind of in a little mini feud at this moment. One of them used the other one's thumbnail on an Instagram post, and I had to take a step back and ask myself, how did I feel about this? How would I feel if someone used my thumbnail? And I rightfully think the other channel is upset like you. If you
I would
used
agree.
my thumbnail, even though you covered my face, I would still be pissed.
But the thing is, also, I mean, if you're gonna be, that just brings a whole different item because if you're gonna have a problem with another channel, personally, I mean, I get it. It's a big YouTube world. We're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to get into the same area and make our mark or make our niche or whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot of room for everybody. I get it. Not everyone's going to get along. Not everyone's going to like each other. I get it. But take that privately. Shit don't need to go public for that.
Yeah. Well, that's the other side of it, right? And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. Is that you just kind of let that shit handle itself out privately. There's no need to air your laundry out in public. I mean, it's just not called for. I mean, so I agree with you. They should cut it out on Instagram and maybe take that up with each other privately. But
I agree.
I kind of think that they rightfully have a reason to be upset. Simon
Yeah.
is in the house. Let's hit
Hey,
that chat out
Simon,
real quick.
thank you.
Right after I do this one, because I haven't done this one in a little while. This one hasn't hit the channel in a minute.
Damn!
I don't
Gotta
know why
love
that, look, I
Gotta
don't
love
know why that entertains me so much, but it does. Hit that chat. I know.
We're hitting the chat. All right, let's hit it first. First up in here early, we had Nick Bayer. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you stopping on by. We also had Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on, man? I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. We got Simon Crook in the house. I'm sure he's been busy, so he wants to make sure that you brought her squashmallow for comfort. See, he remembers. We also have Hails to the Kingdom, Chase's Kingdom in the house. We've also got Wayne's wife in the house. We got Florida Nerd Channel from Kentucky.
What is up? Kentucky, Florida Nerd Channel.
And Nadia. We got Nadia, aka Little Monster in the house. What's going on? I think we're about caught up.
You look like you're caught up. I think we're caught up. I think we're caught up. I see that this is a doctor's. anyways, I'm skipping over those comments. I wanted to talk about that though, and I'm not going to ever say like who they were. If you're on Instagram and you follow the same people I do, I'm sure you do. You know exactly who it is that I'm talking about. And
Actually, this one I don't know. To be honest, I've been trying to stay out of most things. To be 1,000% honest with you, like I said, if I have a riff with somebody, to be 1,000% honest, nobody in the public is ever going to know because that's just not how I do things. I'm the type of person, whether it's work, whether it's my private life, whether it's whatever, I keep that stuff. If I get a problem with somebody, I'm going to take it to you. And that's how I am.
Here's what I feel about it, though. I feel about you're giving somebody unnecessary recognition. When you put it out there, right? I mean, you're giving them recognition that they otherwise would have never gotten. And I know that kind of doesn't sound right, but you remember the old saying that bad publicity, good publicity is good publicity, bad publicity is also good publicity, right? I mean, you're just putting their name out there for other people to see. And now, no matter where you stand, I'm not going to give people that kind of recognition.
Now, I won't say that, good friends of mine like you, like Chase, and a few other people that, I communicate with on a weekly to daily basis, doesn't mean that I may not vent
right
to you guys and just kind of put it out there. But at the same time, I'm venting you. I'm also, communicating with that person I have problems with. Because here in the end, it may also be a miscommunication. It may be a whole lot of things. And it could be something that could be brought up later on or fixed. So again, but once you bring that shit public, there ain't no going back.
I agree. I agree, and that's why I try to stay out of that. Do you have any boxes to unbox today?
Not today. I ain't got nothing.
So I've got one of my.
Only thing we've been doing around here in the Techbot household is slimming down the collection.
What do you mean slimming down the collection?
Oh, I got a whole stack of pops over here on the table. My wife's probably put up about half of them up on eBay already.
That sounds like a horrible word you just said there.
She runs the eBay store. We do pretty good on there. So we do have pops up there on eBay. So we've been trying to slim down the collection and take that what doesn't really fit or what it's not, like Black Lightning, Michelangelo.
I'm going to tell you the funny side to that is that I'm about to slim down my collection too, but I think we've talked about this. I'm going to take mine down to about half of where I'm at now. But if my estimate's right, and I haven't really done any counting, I think that I'm at the 1,000 marker. So
slim down could be
it. Well, when the studio flooded, it kind of like made me realize something, and I know that I've already put the video out, but it just made me realize that maybe having all of these guys is not that smart. Maybe I should like slim it down to just the 500 that I really like versus the 1,000 that I don't know what's in some of them anymore.
Well, so I think that's what's funny is there's sometimes I'll say, and my wife did this, we were slimming down, we were going through all the collection, and she's like, maybe I'll get rid of this. She goes, will you regret giving that away? And I'll have to think about it, and sometimes I'm like, no, all right, I'll keep it. Ooh,
check that one out.
What was the chase on that one?
I think the chase on it is gold.
Is it?
I think the chase on it's gold. I think the chase on it's a solid color. So the Stormtrooper is a 15,000 piece set. We know that number means nothing. No, that number means absolutely nothing other than the fact that they put it on there. I see that the chat has been talking a lot about this. I want to talk about this real quick. Kenneth, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Christina is in the house. I put it out there not too long ago to probably about 15 of y'all about coming up on August for a monstrous water gun fight. Where's your stand on that? Were you not in?
I was down.
You're down for this one?
Yeah. Oh, whether it's just myself that flies up or not for the weekend and hangs out, but I think a bunch of us were pretty down. I think even Reasonable Gentleman I think was down for it.
So I think that I'm gonna have a whole weekend planned out, but we need to see.
This probably won't be until next year, of course.
Yeah, no, of course, next year. It's August of next year.
But it'd be interesting. I think that your location is probably the most center for anything, to be 1,000% honest. So, I think that from people from Canada to myself and Chase in Florida, I think would be pretty awesome.
I think that it would be a lot of fun, but I'm going to have to open this guy up and see if my luck remains. These cans have not changed one bit. I mean, I still really enjoy these cans. I know that this is not the real number, though, so that makes it super disappointing. You know what else is disappointing? They never made that 3-liter.
And that's and with the amount of want over that, Funko should have jumped on that. And by the way, actually, back to the Wayne Fest real quick. It'll be great as long as the wife is okay with it.
What do you mean?
I think she may just be finding out now.
Ooh, my wife?
Yeah.
No, my wife knew all about it. I ain't stupid. Whoa, oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm. She is not just finding out. Let's see. Is it the comment or is
it's white? So
it's white. And
again, I don't remember exactly what the chase was.
Yeah, this is just going to be the comment. Now, this is something that I thought was really cool when I got the Boba Fett in my hands, is that we were all concerned about what the stand was going to be like on these. We were also super concerned that it was a bobblehead versus like being a fixed head. I think that Funko hit the mark on both of those. I think that the bobblehead's okay. I think that the stand was done really well.
I do like the bobble. I do. That was one of the first soda bobbles, and I think it was done. I've seen that one before. I think it's done really well.
But this is what I'm going to say about it. They're still doing the head and the body 2 different colors. So that it's just a comment. So he's 1 in 12,500, which we know that number's not correct. So if you look, the head's shiny. You see that?
Yeah,
It's shiny.
and the body's more matted.
Stop. The body's not. It's matted. It's all dull. That tells you that it's made in two different places because no guy working with plastic would miss that. And how
Yeah,
they keep missing that is beyond me. Funko, you need to fix it.
that's
Fix it.
true. That's true.
Fix it. It's garbage that you haven't fixed it yet.
You know, your wife doesn't have too bad of an idea either. By the way,
What's that?
instead of at your house, we just do like a Tennessee. We just rent a big ass cabin out there. Everybody just chip in, and we party there. Be like Big Brother, just mount cameras everywhere and just live
I
stream.
have this. Don't you worry. I have this.
We'll just mount cameras and live stream the crap out of the entire
Don't you
thing.
worry. I got this. So it's funny that she's talking about that because there's an island that's right beside us that goes up for rent. And my thoughts was it probably sleeps like 16 or 20 people. Is that we just rent the island and then I could have a murder mystery and all kind of crazy stuff on it. I have plans going on. Don't you worry. There is plans going on in my head. I'm just trying to see who all is down at this moment. So the stormtroopers.
I'm definitely down. Just let me know in advance, and that way I can, like I said, if it's probably just me, I'll just come up for the weekend or a couple days and go from there.
I've got this. I have been carefully thinking this out on how I could make this work. You know, the one thing that they missed a mark on though, they should have made these just a touch smaller so that they fit right down into the soda itself. I know,
Yeah.
I know you know that what those are called.
Yeah,
soda
the little.
or soda, whatever it is we call them. But they should have made it just a little bit smaller so it'd fit down in there.
That'd be cool.
They only missed a mark on that one. So eBay now has their own Funko Shop exclusives. Not Funko Shop exclusives.
There you
go. I mean,
oh man.
Boys can have the 10. That sounds about right, to be honest with you. That sounds about 100% right. They needed to make that a little different. So Funko has their own Funko, their eBay has their own Funko exclusives.
Yeah, well, I know of course we know eBay bought the ginormous amount of shares, so they have a lot more say within, owning that much of the company, they have a lot more say in what they can do. So I guarantee you they didn't really, a lot of companies have to pay so much money for an exclusive, then I guarantee they didn't have to. The only thing that I'm still hoping to see come out of eBay on this, and especially, they're still the giant company that they are, and they still have the amount of people. And if they want to squash their competition, like Whatnot, to be 1,000% honest with you, they need to get their live auction thing going. But then again, if you think about it on a second way, is really if you start looking at Whatnot lately, and I'm not here to bash Whatnot, I've had my differences with Whatnot, and I think what they're doing started out great. But I think the more they've gone into it, the more it's gotten worse, to be 1,000% honest with you, because I've talked to sellers that are on there that aren't selling their stuff, or getting way under, and unless you're a big channel, it's not really a benefit to you.
Yeah, well, that's been one of the arguments with Whatnot here lately is that things are either selling for way too much, or unless you're a bigger channel, you're not getting the traction on Whatnot that I'm going to try and figure out how to say this so that I don't offend people, because I want to say you feel like you deserve, because that's what I think that people are getting upset about. People are getting upset because they feel like they deserve a bigger audience than they have. I think Whatnot is a lot like every other platform at this moment. If you put the work into it and you constantly do your shows, it will grow. It's just one of those platforms that it is not like it was when it first started. When it first started, anybody could get on, anybody could do a show, anybody could draw a big audience. Mm-hmm. That's not the case anymore, because there's 1,000 people doing a show with probably every hour, because there's a lot of them. So it's one of those platforms that you're going to have to grow. The other side to that is that the way that they're promoting them could be hurting some people and helping others, because I know that I see promotions for some channels that are just all the time. Yeah. All the time. I get those like messages, notifications, this one, and I don't see them so much on some of the other ones. So I don't know. This is what I do know though, because of eBay bought up some of Funko, they've now become Funko's preferred secondary market.
Yeah.
So now eBay's their preferred secondary market. There's rumors that you were just talking about that eBay is going to do a live auction just like Whatnot does, so that they can do it in like a 30-second span. You throw it out there, and within 30 seconds.
You gotta think that's gonna work for two things. One, Whatnot's shooting themselves in the foot that they still don't have a web-based service. It's all still through app work right now, which I think they're still shooting themselves in the foot on that. Second of all, if you look at the amount of traction, eBay still brings 6 to 8 times as many people to eBay than Whatnot ever was.
Easily. That's an easy mathematical equation you were doing there. Easy one. If they do get it up and going, I don't know if they could shut down Whatnot right now, but they could definitely take a strong hold.
Oh yeah.
In the market. Their exclusive is some kind of an anime. I didn't really get into it. I didn't really try and find images of it too much, just because I don't know if it's real yet. It's one of those. We know that eBay's going to get exclusives, but is this the exclusive? I mean, just because someone says it is, we know now that that's not always true. Look at the 3 liters. I mean, all you have to do is anytime somebody says this now, resort back to the 3 liters.
Which again, like I said, it's still a shame because there was such an outcry that was awesome, that they could have made a lot of goddamn money with that if that became real.
Yeah, I mean, for sure they could have. I still think that it's coming. I just think that we jumped a gun and somebody created one, and they'll eventually like now go back and create one here coming up here soon. I'm kind of convinced that that's the way that this will go down.
Possibly.
With all of the San Diego con stuff going on and all of the other stuff going on, we kind of forget that there's other cons that are going on at this moment, like the Anime Expo. Now, I know this is not one of them that me and you would get into, but the Anime Expo 2022 actually got a couple exclusives. I don't know if you missed them. So if you missed them, I'm going to help you unmiss them.
Even if I wasn't into anime, I think even going to an event like that, especially being a YouTuber, would be a lot of fun, because I mean, you think a Comic-Con has cosplay. Oh my god, people that are in anime
Could you imagine?
Crazy. That would be a ton of fun. Even if I knew absolutely and I don't. Mind you, I'm not saying I do. But I know nothing about these, but I would still go to an anime convention just to check out all the outfits and everything. I think it'd be awesome.
Could you imagine going to it? I mean, I was gonna say that I could go to one because I've been to cons and I've seen the cosplay that happens at them. The anime probably is insane. How many people are there like dressed up in some shape, way, form, or fashion? Chase, you're killing me over there. I had to put that up there just because you're killing me.
He's not wrong either.
He's not wrong, and that's kind of the problem right now. And I didn't really dive into Whatnot as much as I wanted to, because there's a lot of people that get super offended right now when you talk about Whatnot. I sell on Whatnot. I'm sure a lot of you in the chat sell on Whatnot. I have no problems with selling my collection on Whatnot. They do some stuff that I'm not necessarily happy about, like allow bullying to happen. They have some shady stuff that they haven't quite put their foot down on that I feel like they should. The other side to that is that they're a platform that's to sell stuff. They're not really there to monitor. Like, I mean, it's really not their job to make sure someone's not offending me. I mean, so there's so many different sides, and that's why I didn't talk about it too much here lately. I feel like Whatnot has become very political, and people have decided that they're going to take one side or the other. I don't understand it.
Why everything has to be one side or the other?
I don't know.
You know, I don't care too much for Whatnot. I don't really order a whole lot of Whatnot. I don't do a lot of stuff, but I respect the platform.
Right.
I respect what they do, and you know, I'm all for a small company growing.
Right. That's kind of been the beauty of our show, right? The beauty of our show is we've never taken sides. I mean, we've never taken sides to any argument.
We've bashed Funko to 1,000 ways to Sunday. But do we still buy their stuff?
Absolutely, we do. I mean, so that's been the beauty of our show is that we've never taken sides, and I'm never going to because that's just who I am in general. But I feel like if whatnot's working for you, then use it. I also feel like if you don't like Funko, but if you don't like whatnot because of somebody there has offended you and whatnot didn't take care of it, then don't get on there. I mean,
Yeah.
you just you know what I'm saying.
Don't use a platform if you don't like it.
That's right, and just let it go. I mean, you have to. I seen somebody. This is kind of what I'm trying to tiptoe around. I seen somebody, and I'm not going to say when, that was trying to give you advice on what you should and shouldn't buy and how much you should pay for something, and it's really none of their business. I
No,
mean, it's really none of their business. If you want to overpay for something, you go right ahead. If you don't want to overpay, I wouldn't. But
see, the only thing that really gets to me, and I'll tell you this, because mind you, my wife, again, I told you, my wife is in charge of the eBay store. So essentially, if you're dealing with her, if you make an offer on something like that, you're dealing with my wife. I get notifications of it, and sometimes I'll communicate with her on it, but you're dealing with my wife. And the only thing that really annoys me, and kind of goes in the same area of what Chase says, is we'll put something up and we keep them reasonable. We'll look at Funko and multiple other sites to get what the PPG value is. Now we're gonna keep it around there, maybe a little low to give somewhat of a deal, but it's a really annoying when somebody comes up and just gives you a ridiculously low ball offer. It's like, really, you're wasting your goddamn time.
yeah, just ignore them at that point. And that's what I was about to say about whatnot is I normally price my stuff a little high, but I think people forget that there's the ability to make an offer. You can make me an offer, and the worst I can do is turn it down. I mean, and then people get offended about your stuff being a little high, and it's like, well, make me an offer then. You don't like that one? There's an offer button there. Click that little offer button and put a number in and send it to me.
There's been times we've taken offers that we've just been like,
I almost take every offer.
Just go for it.
Yeah, I almost take every offer.
We had one that we sold recently that this past week that it was my signed Thanos that I sold, and she had it up at one point because she averaged what it was being sold for, and originally somebody just came with a low ball offer. We're like, nah, forget it. My wife gave her a counter, and then they met in the middle. They met in the middle.
Right.
Everybody's happy. And did I get less than what I offered? Sure. I don't always expect to get exactly what I offered. Now there are sometimes people just buy it straight up, but I'm all in for the deal. Sometimes
I mean,
I get it.
It happens, right? I mean, it happens. But anyways, let me pull these pops up. So if you missed Anime Expo, I think there's only 2 exclusives to the Anime Expo that you should be checking out at this moment. If you're into anime at all, because I mean, when you say Anime Expo, right, it's only going to be a given that they're going to have anime pops, right? I mean, that's just the way that goes. So they have that 2-pack My Hero Academia, which I think is pretty cool. I know neither one of these characters,
but I think they look cool.
Full disclosure, I made it to the end of season 1. Haven't made it any further. There's like 10 seasons or so now. I mean,
I like the white haired dude. I mean, he has like that Doctor Strange-esque looking feel to him. So
I think that one is. Let me get a little closer so that I can see that one a little better. Is you're trying to look at things. Yeah. So this one's going to be from the Hunter. Is that white one? I'm not even going to attempt to say their names. The AX sticker I think is really weak, though. I think
it's kind of like the GameStop sticker.
Well, let me tell you when I seen these, what I thought they should have done. When they did these stickers, they should have did an anime character's head, and that should have been the sticker. And instead of like, see, think about this for a second. They could have done the Dragon Ball Z guy's head without nothing in it, and then made the AX inside of it to where it was just an outline of the head with the AX.
Yeah,
I think that would have been really, really cool. Don't know what y'all were doing when y'all did that. Y'all were not thinking on your feet for sure when you did that one. But I thought that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, one, of course, the greatness about most anime pops is the hair. The hair is the greatest part of most anime pops. But yeah, that sticker, I mean, to me, that ranks up there with that GameStop boring black sticker that they have. I mean, at least if you're gonna, people want, if you're a type where you sticker hunt, you at least want something cool, something that stands out.
That's the one thing that I don't understand, right? Because I am a sticker shopper. I like my stickers. Some companies I think like really do a great job. Target's one of them, unfortunately enough, that does a really great job with their stickers. Target does a great job.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of companies that could do better, like Hot Topic could do better, Walmart could do better. But at the end of the day, they're better than that sticker because that sticker is really weak. And you're right, it's right there with the GameStop sticker. I mean, it's a pretty like bad sticker, just to be honest.
Sorry, I was just reading what Simon was. Not really sure what Simon's referencing here,
I'm not
but
either. Wait, he's got three back to back 3 minutes. And
I'm thinking an auction maybe type thing, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
yeah, I'm not sure, Simon. You're gonna have to tell us what you're talking about.
But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't. I mean, if I got something, well, actually I can't lie. I don't think I've ever saved it. An anime pop, and maybe that's just because I don't have a connection there with them. But I mean, that 2-pack looks pretty awesome.
It looks pretty cool. Did you see the Stranger Things 2-pack that Funko had just
Yes,
here recently?
of what the hell? I can't remember their names right now. That was Hopper
Yeah, it was
and
Hopper.
Joyce. Hopper and Joyce.
There you go. So just here recently they had the Stranger Things 2-pack. I don't know if you noticed this. Let me get this one pulled up real quick. I don't know if you noticed that the Stranger Thing 2-pack wasn't in a 2-pack box. I don't know if a lot of people noticed this. So
I did not.
when Funko like threw this on their site and they put it up for sale, when you were looking at the images, normally when you scroll and you look at the images, they show it in the box, they show it out of the box. In the box was one singular box. So I'm going to be waiting to see when people start unboxing these if they come in a 2-pack box or if it was two individual boxes, because both of them showed they had their own box. I don't necessarily know how you could call something a 2-pack if it's in two separate boxes. I think that that's very clever marketing at that point.
Well, I think the only thing I'm really disappointed with this where Funko has done with Stranger Things at this point. Now, mind you, I know that the last, I guess on July 1st, the last 2 episodes did release. Now, I have recently read that I thought this was going to be the last season, but it is not, which I'm okay with because I love the show. But the lead villain, we have not even gotten a lead villain pop. We have no Vecna pop. What the hell? That would be absolutely awesome. Just how Vecna looks. We got 1,000 Demogorgons, but we have no Vecna. What
is there different Demogorgons or is it all just one? Is it the same character?
There has been 2 versions. There's a normal Demogorgon with the face and the body, and he makes a presence in the new season. And then there was Dart, who is like a baby Demogorgon that walked around kind of like a dog,
like a Grogu.
And then they kind of grow. They grow to be a normal Demogorgon. But that was the only really 2 versions of Demogorgons I can remember. But Vecna is like, it made sense. If you haven't watched it, I am sorry. I may be spoiling things. I mean, again, if you haven't watched Stranger Things yet, you need to. But Vecna's, got arms, legs, everything. He was a person at one point until 11 put him in the Upside Down, and but he looks so cool. And I even found a TikTok the other day that shows the guy that plays Vecna getting into the outfit. I mean, he must have spent hours under this makeup, and it just looks so awesome. And why we have not gotten I'm sure it's coming, but why they have not shown a Vecna pop yet, I'm dumbfounded.
Could you imagine that having to sit there while they do all of that makeup?
Oh my God. I mean, I saw it. I know Jim Carrey has come out, I mean, hating when he got into the Grinch outfit. I mean, he said he'll never do that again. This, man, it's dumbfounding how much time this guy sat. I mean, it had to be in at least a good 6-7 hours. He probably sat in the chair getting into this.
And then how much filming do you think they have to do after they do that?
I mean, you got to try to get as much as you possibly can. I mean, you spent that much time, and basically, I mean, actors are paid on contract, I would assume, so it's part of the deal. But God, you sat in that long, and I would think as an actor, you want to try to get as much filming done so that way you can have a break.
I mean, hey, I don't know. I don't know. That sounds absolutely insane. So who are these guys again?
This is a Hopper and
Hopper's
Joy.
the cop, right?
Hopper was a cop. Yep, and
Okay.
this this is after, again, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, then mute your sound. Just don't
Mute your sound real quick. We're giving you a heads up. Mute it real quick.
This is Hopper and Joyce.
Earmuffs.
Joyce went to Russia to go try to break Hopper out of prison, and this is them. I'm assuming the flamethrower I haven't seen yet, so I'm assuming that is going to be in the last 2 episodes. But they're escaping from Russian prison. Okay, we're done.
All right, you can unearmuff now. All right. So I know absolutely nothing about this. I've watched season 1 of Stranger Things. It was pretty cool, but it was nothing that I like got super into. Mr. T check IG if pass.
Come on, Simon, I don't see nothing.
Simon, I'm starting to worry about you, brother. I don't know if you're okay at this. Simon, tell us that you're okay. Are you okay, Simon? Give us a signal that says you're okay.
Okay, he has a question. And you gotta put this down here. It's not a big deal. I don't know if you wanted me to say it out loud. He has a question where I'll put it back on this one real fast.
All right.
He has a question. He says, when you're monetized, I understand if I watch an advertisement, you'll get some credit if watching it. Not just a part.
Oh.
It has to be the entire. Now, here's the thing with monetization. It doesn't matter whether you skip the advertisement or watch it. You get paid not the same. There is a boost. You do get a small bonus boost, from what I understand, if the ad is clicked. I mean, but again, we're really talking pennies.
All right. Yeah. So I guess this is something that I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but maybe we should talk about it. Being monetized on YouTube is like somebody giving you not even lunch money.
Yeah.
It's like someone giving you pennies per video.
Not even pennies, like part of pennies.
Part of pennies. Yeah, they're giving you part of the penny per video. It's this crazy thing that I think that all of us had this wrong idea about the monetization of stuff. The money that YouTube is going to pay you is so insignificant that it's almost you will forget that they're even paying it to you. I mean, it is that insignificant.
Now that's why we promote more things. That's why there's YouTubers out there that still do Patreon. Wayne and I have done that. Went down that channel. Maybe we'll go down that round eventually again someday.
I don't think so.
But I really don't care. That's why I promote the memberships because that's the faster way, to be honest with you. But still, with that, you got to remember YouTube's still taking 35% of all of that. So, if you're a 99-cent member of mine, YouTube's still taking 30 or 40% of that amount.
So I honestly think that YouTube has done something here recently for the creators that is a really big thing that we really haven't talked a whole lot about, and I haven't talked about in my videos, is that they put that special thanks on your videos now. So just under the video, there's a special thanks now, and right, like how you scroll, it says like.
It's basically like a super chat without getting a live.
Right. Now, I think that that's going to be the thing that's going to be the biggest boost for creators is that super thanks, because you could go in there and be like, oh, thank you. Here's a dollar. Thank you. Here's a dollar. I think that that's going to be what's going to be good for the creators versus the what they give you into monetization is garbage.
And it fluctuates too, because again, you got to remember, money wise, it also depends on what you're doing, because what you're doing, like, it's ridiculous. The makeup kids that do all their makeup and all this, they get the highest percentage on anything. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it all depends on what you're doing, and it fluctuates. You can watch what they call CPMs.
CPMs,
yeah. Your CPM can fluctuate from month to month, where for every 1,000 views you could get $10 to $14 to $20, for every 1,000 views, and then I've had it fluctuate all the way down to like $5.
Yeah, I don't really pay it any attention anymore. That's one of the parts that they give you in your analytics that I don't really pay any attention to, just because I don't think it's that severe, that significant that I should really like pay it that much attention.
Now, I know you'll agree with me though. Just on one thing of that is, it's funny because everybody that isn't monetized, your biggest goal is of course become
Yes,
monetized.
and it should be.
And I agree that should be, because the requirements to do it is difficult, but it becomes a whole different world once you're monetized, and it's actually 1,000 times harder.
I think so
once
too.
You're monetized.
I think so too. So I think, and then I'm going to get off this subject. I think that my goal was to get monetized, and I thought that was difficult. I thought getting monetized was the hard part. Once you're monetized, it's almost like YouTube doesn't promote you at all. They just drop you and say, you figure it out.
Those things. You got to do all those things, and that's my biggest thing right now is YouTube gives you 1,000 of analytics and things to look at. It really depends on what you're looking at for your channel. My biggest thing that I look at every single day is the percentage of suggested videos, which basically means if you watch a video, my video will come up as a next suggested or something like that. I'm focusing on trying to get YouTube to suggest my videos more. And to do that's a whole different thing.
Yes.
But it takes a lot of consistency, and it takes a lot more work, to be honest with you, than when you were just trying to get monetized.
Yes. I have discovered that this path is it's a lot of work. Look, you have to really enjoy doing it to want to do it. That's the only way that you're going to keep doing it, because unless you get 1 million subscribers, unless you become like some hugely famous person, it's going to be difficult. It's just simply going to be difficult. That doesn't mean don't do it though. No. Don't take that as discouragement. It's a challenge. Challenge yourself and have fun with it.
Do it for the right reasons.
Funko came out with the NFL versions of the NBA. Did you see these guys? And now I thought that this would have been something that you would have been all on top of.
Oh yes, I did see this. Yeah. I still think this is just like the normal NFL sports Funko type stuff, where really people are going to jump on it for their favorite, players, or if they're on their team or something like that, but nobody's going to get the whole collection. So I think that's down now. When NBA, when they did,
I don't know.
But here's the thing where I think they were smarter with NBA, where I think people were more entitled to collect them. When they did the thing like the Shaq magazine cover, the Allen Iverson cover, the Vince Carter magazine cover, I think those were fantastic in that, you had to be a fan of that even that era to be able to go with this. This is off of their playing cards, because of course it's the prisms.
Yes.
So it's based off the playing cards. I still think, there may be people that are going to trade them. You got the official NFL logo sticker on the product itself. But I still think majority of people are only going to collect the ones they're fans of. Chase is going to collect the Tom Brady. I'm sure of it. Now, actually, go back. What's that too?
There's two different versions. So there's a Panini right there. So that's a Panini exclusive, which is Tom Brady. It's number 11.
Is it both number 11?
And then there's the regular version number 11.
I don't see a difference in them at all.
There's a sticker.
Now, what would be cool is if you do one of two things. Really, and mind you, they're doing it again this year. They're bringing back throwback jerseys. What I would love to see, and you could play guys like Tom Brady, your Patriots uniform to a Bucks uniform, or you do the alternate uniform. You do the for Brady, you did the ugly creamsicle type outfits. If you did like a Mac Jones, you do the old Minutemen type of outfits. I would love to see a throwback jersey on these players rather than something like that. I think
so. So here's the difference: is that they put the Panini sticker on there, right? You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the card to the right, see the background where it's Tom Brady. To the right of him, you see where it's that yellow orange.
Yeah, the yellow background. Is that the only
So
thing that's different?
it's the only thing that's different. So it's
That is
silver
weak as
background.
shit.
That is so horrible. Why did they do that?
That is
God,
horrible.
that's
Yeah,
horrible.
because Justin Herbert's the same way. You got the yellow on there.
Yeah, I mean, all they did is change like the background and put a sticker on it. That's just
That's horrible.
that's pretty horrible. So it looks like they only have 4 of them right now. You have Lamar, you have Patrick, you have Brady, and you have
Justin Herbert.
And you have Justin. So I mean, I'm with you. They could go in a direction with this that people like me would start collecting. So if they did like the Hall of Famers,
a Hall of Fame, that'd be cool.
So if they did like a Joe Montana, Dan Marino, you know what I mean, the old school, like,
you know what would be even cooler is that even just I would even kind of how they did the Doctor Strange statue, do the bus. A Hall of Fame bus.
You think they should do a Hall of Fame
bus? That would be cool. But nonetheless, I agree with you. Hall of Fame, put them in their gold jackets, or something like that. I think would be cool too. But even at chases, but keep them. But I think you have an opportunity here in so many different ways that I think they fell short on. To be honest with you, I mean, yeah, there's no opportunity.
There's a lot of opportunities in the NFL. I mean, they could do all of the all-star quarterbacks. They could do all of the all-star receivers. I mean, you have Deion Sanders. You have there's so many, many, very always so many that they could do. I mean, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. You have they could do like the whole San Francisco, like the Super Bowl group, San Francisco 49ers. You could do that whole set of just that team.
Well, that, and also if we're talking Prism cards, I don't know if any of you guys have seen people on open up packs of Prism cards, stuff like that. But one, the card you put in the back is weak. If you're going to talk Prism and you're going to promote, mind you, this is also a way for the card companies to promote themselves. Then put a Prism card in the back. Put that glittery background. Put one of those Prism replicas in the back. Don't just put a standard common card that anybody else is going to get.
I agree with you so much more than you know. I mean, like Chase just said, they could do the 3D cards back there. There's so many opportunities, I think, with the NFL that maybe I didn't see with the NBA. Did I say that right? Men's NBA. Yeah. That I didn't see with the NBA because I'm not a big basketball fan, but I can see that with the football. You could do the Irish, you could do I mean, there's so many.
I think there's so much opportunity here that Funko came out very weak out of the get-go with this. But like I said, maybe let's just keep hoping that there's some promise here that they'll listen to people. But I think there's so much more opportunity.
Do you think that it was maybe just to get something on the shelf though? Because I feel like here recently, Funko and let me explain some. So the Dead Zone, what's up, brother? So Funkoween, right? Funkoween just came out. They just did the Funkoween. They just did all the announcements. They just put them up for pre-order. When I say just did it, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Something.
I mean, does that sound right? 3 weeks ago, they just did the whole like Funkoween. So they just did the Funkoween 3 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden, I am receiving my pre-orders from Entertainment Earth for Funkoween.
Yeah, we've talked about that last year. It never made sense why they do Funkoween in like May or June. I mean, unless you're just gonna hold that off till Halloween.
But even then, at least it didn't come out until Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, but I think they should be doing Funkoween more in like a August, September-ish type of area. I mean, come on, I'm in Disney World over here, and at Disney we start Halloween in August. So I mean, I would respect that a lot more than May or June, to be honest.
Yep. But last year they put them out there, right? So they put them out there last year about the same time they did this year. But the problem was you really didn't get them till October, November.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you didn't really get them till like October, November. I'm fine with getting them in October, but if I ordered it 3 weeks ago for Funkoween, I don't want to receive them right now. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't. At least give me till September.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I thought I'd bring that up real quick though. Just talking about getting something out there. I feel like they just use Funkoween to get this stuff out there. Hot Topic is already getting their black light pop. So if you're you're not following your local Hot Topic, you should be, because they've been getting their Funkoween stuff too. I haven't went and got it. I see that there's a lot of opportunities for the NFL stuff in there, but check this
Pat Mahomes was in that grouping, Simon, by the way.
check this guy out. So this is one of them
Oh, that's from Buzz Lightyear.
This is from Buzz Lightyear. This one has been shipped out already. I want to say that it was on the Funko site. I don't know if it was an exclusive. I can't remember, so I'm not going to try and like give you any of that. It was Lightyear. I think they call him Socks, right?
Yep.
I have seen Instagram post after Instagram post after Instagram post after Instagram post of this guy being damaged, either missing an eye, missing a mouth. I didn't even know the mouth was separate, but it is. Missing the mouth, missing the eyes. What is going on with Funko and their quality control?
That I don't know. I mean, that's kind of sad. That I mean, I've seen some posts as well of damaged versions. And for some reason, it's this pop.
This particular pop.
Yes. I've seen some Lightyear pops that have come out just fine, but this pop, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if it was done in a different factory or what, but yeah, there's something seriously wrong with this one.
I mean, I've never seen so many pictures of a pop come out on Instagram like we've seen of this one that's been coming out here recently. I mean, it's just there's a bunch of this guy out there that are damaged. So if you have this one on the way and it comes to you damaged, how about shoot me a message and let me know? Because I have to know at this moment which one of these come in damaged. I see that James wanted to know that our opinions on the hopper.
Yeah, we did talk about that one already. I still think it's good for a scene portion of the show, but I think we're missing main characters like Vecna and stuff like that.
So Dead Zone says his came in just fine. Well, that's awesome. That's great.
And I've been hearing the movie's been getting fantastic reviews. So.
Well, I like anything Buzz Lightyear. I haven't seen it. I'll wait for it to come out on Disney Plus so I can watch it at my house.
There was a lot of people that gave it, problems because, of course, Tim Allen, who has voiced Buzz Lightyear since the original Toy Story, is not the voice of Buzz Lightyear in this one. It is Chris Evans, actually, is the voice of him. And I can respect it because, again, you got to think two ways. And I think this is where Disney was going with this, is the Buzz of Toy Story was a toy, essentially. It was in another, it was this. This Buzz Lightyear is the Buzz Lightyear that Andy would have watched in order to be a Buzz Lightyear fan. That's essentially the premise of this. So this would be the show that he would have watched to become a Buzz Lightyear fan. So I can respect a little bit of the difference in it. I heard Chris Evans did fantastic. I am, of course, a big Chris Evans fan, being, of course, he was Captain America. But, I heard it's been fantastic and great. But that's not my movie I got to go see. My movie this weekend is Thor, Love and Thunder. I got to go check that out.
I've got to go check that one out too. That's about like going and seeing Doctor Strange. I had to see that one. I got to go see the Thor. James, that 2-pack, if it's a 2-pack, and I'm super curious to know if it's going to actually be a 2-pack or if it's just going to be 2 pops. Because if you look at their site, they actually show these guys in 2 separate boxes. They don't show them together in a box, which is kind of odd, right? I mean, when you're thinking about Funko, they always show them to you in that box together. They don't show them in separate boxes. So I'm curious to know if it's coming in 2 boxes. Everything Stranger Things seems to go up in value, even when I don't think that it should. It does. So if you're grabbing Stranger Things for value, then maybe you're onto something. If you're a fan, then that's even better. I don't know. I think everything Stranger Things is a good deal. If that's what
Stranger Things is kind of like My Hero Academia. It really doesn't matter what character you grab. They're always going to go up. Now, anybody that grabbed Eddie when the first series of the new season came out, when nobody knew who the hell Eddie was, I mean, got a freaking steal. Because once that show came out, everybody became an Eddie fan, and you cannot find that pop anywhere. If you're thinking you're going to wait for a restock, wishful thinking. That thing ain't ever going to restock.
Yeah, there's some people out there that say that it's going to, but I'm with you. It's not restocking. it's not restocking. All right, I'm going to get onto your favorite topic because I know that this is a topic that loves to trigger you. Is Funko with their NFTs? Now,
do we have to?
I know that Funko is coming out with a new NFT coming up here shortly. They will be coming out with new NFTs. I think that this is the NFT in particular that they're going to be coming out with, and I know that you're going to have to get these. I know that this is on the top of everybody's list that's in here today. Is how many of y'all are going to become?
I am not a brony.
This one's already came out, so this is the 28th of last month. I wonder how many people were bronies. How many people open these packs
I am
online?
not a brony.
I bet there's so many bronies out there now.
I'm not an NFT.
So many more bronies than there was.
Now, mind you, I know way too much about My Little Pony, only because I've got 2 daughters that watch every My Little Pony that comes out on Netflix possible. And not only do they watch them about 1,000 times.
What? Check this out.
A separate foldable. What? I am very confused. You're gonna have to send me a picture of that.
Yeah, I mean, send us a picture. So what I think he's saying is they put 2 pops in one big protector.
I've never seen a protector that
big. Say what?
I've never seen a protector that big.
Well, it'd be like a 2-pack protector, so if you just slide 2 pops in
it.
I mean, it'd be like
weird.
I think that's what he's saying. You're gonna have to shoot us a picture of that though, because I have to see this now. And something told me that they were doing some shadiness when they called that a 2-pack. So yeah, absolutely. You should use the link right down in the description below, James. Right down in the description below, there's a link that you should use to Entertainment Earth. This channel is going to get a few pennies off of it, talking about monetization every time you do an order through that link. So make sure you use that link right down below. So this one's already came out, but that's not necessarily why I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about this because Funko has recently they started sending out the NFT Halloween stuff. Do you remember the Halloween stuff that they did? I don't remember at what point they did it last year, but they had the Devil Freddy, they had the soda, soda mummy. They had a few of them. Well, they started sending these out here recently, and people are getting the Freddy Devil, which is a grail. That was one of the grails. 999 of them. They've been getting that one instead of the soda. So the mummy soda was a legendary. That one's like 1,250 of them. The Freddy, that's the devil. There's 999. You know, get it 666. Ha ha ha. We all understand what you were doing there.
Wasn't that creative?
It wasn't that creative, right? There's far more creative things you could have done. But anyways, so people have been getting the devil instead of their soda, which I thought you would appreciate this. The NFT community is having a meltdown. Wax actually said that, and I can't remember if it was, I think it was Wax. It could have been Token Head is the ones that are actually on this. Said that they would gladly ship you the right one. You just had to ship them back that one, and then they would ship you back your soda. Did you know that not all of the pops are actually redeemed? So if there's 999, huh?
I'm not surprised.
Could you believe that they're not all redeemed? So there's always a number that's not redeemed. They say that they destroy the ones that aren't redeemed. And so if it says there's 999 of them, there might only actually be 800 of them in existence.
I guarantee you Funko has a rat hole in the fact that they probably are having family members turn on eBay stores and selling that as extra on eBay. I mean, it's a rat hole among rat holes. And if you don't know what a rat hole is, it's highly illegal technically, but it's a way to. It was made famous in stockbrokers where they were having people buy and sell stocks, and which good profits were going straight to them. It's a common rat hole.
So, do you buy? Because I already know you said no. Do you buy into the idea that when they have 100 of them that are not redeemed, that they destroy that 100? Because I want you to think about this. Think about this logically, people. If they're selling for $1,000 a piece, because that's some of the NFTs have, and they have 100 that are not redeemed.
They can't, because it was an NFT redeemable item. They can't actually go and sell them on their own website because it's a redeemable item. There is no way they're destroying these.
Do they destroy $100,000 in pops? Give me your honest answer.
All day.
I want your honest answer over in the comments. Give me your honest answer. Do they destroy $100,000 in pops, or do they disappear?
They disappear. They're up on eBay. Family members and other things of executives are selling this shit, or fake names of executives, whatever. They're up on eBay. They're a rat hole, and that's exactly how they're getting rid of it.
Look, I first heard that and I thought, man, that'd be. And I thought for a second, I thought logically, I thought, well, that's pretty cool. That's what they should do. That's absolutely what they should do. Honestly, that is 100% what they should do.
I do agree with you.
But hear me out. Hear me out. They should also change the number on the sticker. So if they destroy 100 of them, then it should be 899, and they should send you a new sticker that says, "Here's the actual sticker that goes on this one."
But in the world of corporate greed, in which I'm sorry, but in this world, we are strongly living in a world of corporate greed. There is no possible way. I mean, Funko is making thousands on NFTs, anyways. They're not going to destroy something they've already paid for. Mind you, they've paid for it, but they've already gotten all their money back from the NFTs, regardless. There's no way they're going to destroy those at all. And of course, they're not going to actually disclose that. They're going to say they are to give them a great look and a great face, but no, they're rat. It's a rat hole, and I've never seen a bigger one.
He said you've never seen a bigger one. He said I've never seen a bigger one.
What's the dude? I love that the portrayal that Leonardo DiCaprio did. But if Jordan Belfort was still in stocks, Funko's right up there with the biggest rat hole on this.
Yeah, So James, I really don't have any NFTs. I think I bought like 1 or 2 packs. I can't afford those things.
Zero.
I can't afford those things. I'm like you. I can't afford those things. And I'm not really into them. It's something that I don't own, and I like owning my collection. Like this guy, I can pick him up. I can hold him, and you can't take him from me unless I physically let you have him, right?
Nick, and that is also not going to happen. People. I guarantee you, people that already got them as either one sold it. By the time they even complain, they've already had it up on eBay and they've already sold it. So
right. And look, that's a very valid point. You're not going to send back a grail, right? I mean, and that's kind of where you got to give Token Head some credit. Is Token Head said, absolutely, we'll correct the problem, but you're going to have to send this one back to me. And no one is going to send them the grail back. Everybody's going to be like, that was a happy mistake. And they're going to keep on going, right? They're going to get all Bob Ross. Here's a happy mistake. They're like, I mean, they're going to keep going. I don't know if I buy into the fact that they destroy them or not, but that's neither here nor there. Lilo and Stitch are hitting hardcore this year.
They are. They're hitting. I told you about this one, I think, last week.
Last week, I think we talked about this one. So this is going to be like the
This is off the VHS cover.
VHS covers, yes. So this is one of the really cool VHS covers.
Which I think this is cooler than I think we've talked about this, where the pops that are the size of the comics are having issues because the backing is starting to break off. Whereas I think the VHS is small enough to where it's not having those problems. Because like we've said, the albums aren't having those problems. No. Yeah. I don't think the VHS is going to have those problems. But I think it's a smaller version, whereas the comics are too tall.
I agree with everything you said. I don't think that this one's going to have the same problems that the comic covers are having. I'm not buying any more comic covers until they fix that. And as painful as it is for me not to go grab the Doctor Strange, not to go after the Wanda, I'm not grabbing them because they are warping hardcore. And once it's damaged, to me, it's not a collectible. It takes away from the idea of collecting something once it gets damaged. It's almost like losing a bunch of pops to water damage all at one time. It's almost nauseous, almost makes you a little nauseous when that stuff like that happens. So I won't, but I don't think that these will. The only one I have though that I could compare it to would be the Beauty and the Beast that was the TargetCon exclusive. That's the only one that I have. I'm happy if I never get another one, with maybe the exception of Cinderella. I'd like to have Cinderella in my collection. Yeah, I mean, I would like to have Cinderella, maybe Snow White. I would like to have the original gangster Disney film.
Well, you know that. I mean, and again, guys, comment down here because I'm not going to give it to you right away. I know Disney. What was the very first Princess.
Cinderella, I think, right?
No.
What was it?
Comment down. I want to see if you guys can get this.
Yeah, I mean,
No Wikipedia.
what was the very first?
In fact, the very first princess was Walt Disney's very first motion picture.
Oh, he's got me all kind of messed up now. Y'all gonna have to throw some comments over there so he'll tell me which one it is. Anyways,
James, if you got that one, that's a great pickup with that limited edition 3000 version. That's a great. I just didn't want the lounge flag, but the Remy version, the diamond edition Remy with the lounge flag, that thing looks phenomenal.
Wasn't that a 2000?
That was a 2000, yeah.
No.
Anyways, the reload was 3000.
Was it a 3000 piece?
Yeah.
I did not pick that one up. I couldn't afford it even if I wanted to pick it up, and I don't really collect like Lilo and Stitch stuff. The only Stitch pop that I've ever wanted was Stitch's Elvis. So that is one of them that I will get in my collection at some point, but that was really the only one that I wanted.
I like the Lightyear pop. I think it's pretty sweet.
If I was bigger into Stitch, I mean, I would have probably went. I don't know. It's still expensive. $110 is a lot. That's a lot. Or $105.
Quick draw, not correct.
What?
He said the first Sleeping Beauty. That is not correct.
Or it's I don't know. It's kind of expensive. So this one is going to the Buzz Lightyear pop. So they've come out with a whole bunch of these guys. I haven't been super impressed with this new Buzz Lightyear that they came out with. I kind of like the old Buzz, but who am I?
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to compare it, I have one of the first Buzzes right here. I mean, he didn't have his hat, his hood on, but this is one of the very first ones. So, I mean, if you want something to compare it to, now I think the green stood out a whole lot more in this Buzz because I think the front part stood, but I think they're also trying to make this slightly different. But I do like the classic with the helmet on.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that they did different when they did the new Buzz stuff is that they didn't keep it like classic. They didn't keep it OG. I'm a little upset at the fact that it's not classic and it's not OG because I think that when you're making a toy about something that you make the toy in the same as you would on the movie, and I think to make the movie and the toy different, I think was off point. I even feel like it was done out of bad taste, to be honest with you. I like the original Buzz. This one I'm not such a big fan about.
And quick draw, you will never be forgotten. And Nick Bear did get the correct answer. Snow White was the very first motion picture that Walt Disney did ever produce. So therefore, Snow White was the very first.
You will never be forgotten. Well, that's a name. I like that name.
That's a name.
That's a name. I like that one. Anyway, so Snow White. Snow White was the first one. Snow White was the OG. I didn't know that. I would have.
He was also back then. He was also ridiculed for the fact that he had a full length cartoon, and all the critics said a full length cartoon would never work, and he went on and proved them all wrong.
So these remind me of, do you remember the ones that we seen not too long ago? They were the Darth Vaders that were all in this new artist series, and me and you both were like, those really aren't that bad, that I might honestly
The artist series ones, the real artist series was good.
Yeah, and so they still haven't hit the Walmart shelves, by the way. We haven't seen those Darth Vader. Every one of those were a Walmart exclusive. We haven't seen them hitting the shelves. Target is now getting these Obi-Wan, which is two different Darth Vaders with a 2-pack. I still have the same stance on Darth Vader. I'm always going to have the same stance. If you have one, you have all of them. I mean, every Darth Vader looks exactly the same.
And Laz, real quick, you could be right if we're talking Greek mythology as far as Persephone, but I said Disney princess.
Greek mythology. Y'all are trying to get all educated over there. It's too much for my little brain. Y'all cut that stuff out.
She was part of Silly Symphonies, but she was never considered a Disney princess.
Cut it out right now. Y'all are getting too educated for my little brain. It's not gonna. it's gonna start smoking and overloading and stuff.
I mean, quick John can. If you want one of the greatest, if you want a debate on Disney princesses, I know we're snapping Wayne's little brain here. But if you want a real debate on Disney princesses, we can go as far as one of the greatest princess debates on is Pocahontas a princess or not. Some say yes, some say no. Technically, by aspect of the movie, she was not. But I consider her a Disney princess, and a lot of people do too. Persephone, she was Silly Symphonies. That was not a full-length movie either. That was a short, and so therefore it doesn't classify as a princess. Sorry, you know me and Disney.
I'm sorry. All right. So this Darth Vader to me looks just like every other Darth Vader, with the exception of they made like the two really cool artist series. I guess they're cool. I'm still not a huge fan.
You know where I'm at with this. Of course, I've never been shy to critique this entire what I don't call art series. I call it a Hydro Dip series, and I think they should correct that, to be honest with you. Now, with that being said, they've done it extremely wrong many times. There's a part of me that is not 1,000% upset with this by using the Rebel and the Imperial logos. I'm not 1,000% upset with this, and this could be considered as done halfway decent if they're going to talk into that realm. I mean, especially if you've got 1,000 Darth Vaders that are all in the same goddamn pose. Might as well get one that looks a little different.
Every one of them. I got my Darth Vader helmet over there. I thought about putting it on just so that I could look just like this one. So I'm with you on you're not upset about what they put on them. I mean, I'm not upset about what they have on them. And there's this crazy thing that Darth Vader has going on that he actually looks good in the Hydro Dip series. I don't know if that's because we're so used to seeing the same pose with him that when it like gets changed up somehow, it looks pretty good. I want all of the Walmart exclusive Darth Vaders that they came out in the Hydro series. I mean, so maybe one day Walmart will get them and I'll pick them up. I doubt it though. It'll probably be next year sometime by the time they get them, and then they'll probably only get one or two, and they'll come in damaged, and they'll probably be moldy too at that point. I don't know. I'm gonna move on this one.
And Nick, as far as they were properties of Brother Grimm back in the day, but and actually Brothers Grimm was actually the licensing for it, but Disney had bought out the rights about 30 years later. So it is their product. This I love. I saw this the other day. I love this. I need this in my set. Mind you, this isn't something you're going to see on the backdrop. This will probably go up on the shelf behind me. But I 1,000% love this. I think this is okay. They had to. If anyone, again, earmuffs if you don't want to hear it, but
don't put earmuffs on. Don't you do it.
I think it was classy the way they did this, because of course everyone knows that they've been filming Stranger Things season 4 forever, and they had a scene at the very beginning. It was just a complete freaking massacre, and they put a little quote on because of course this came out just after the elementary school shooting, and so they didn't want to make people think that they were doing this in the mock of that. But this scene itself is so awesome, the way they played this scene, in which I'm not gonna even ruin it for anybody if you haven't seen the show, yet or the season. The way they play this scene on making you think it's one thing and it turns out to be something completely different was freaking awesome. I mean, the writers were so great in making this scene so great. So, I mean, I think this is just a giant, awesome, great part of the new season, and this I want very badly.
So Chase just posted his 18th month membership of Burger Life.
Did I miss that? Again, we can't see those.
Yeah, it only comes up over here on YouTube, so I have to monitor this one too. Damn! Y'all thought it was done, didn't you? Wasn't done.
Always great way to support, brother.
Chase, I truly appreciate you, brother. Truly appreciate you. This one I don't know anything about. You've had to educate me on all of this. I don't know why it has blood on the wall.
Um,
I don't know why there's blood coming out of her eyes, even though it
oh,
looks super
it's
creepy.
awesome. It's
I
awesome.
I don't know what's going on in this scene at all. Not even a little bit.
It's absolutely awesome. I think this is a great. It's kind of like the great depictor the Amazon ones how they had the upside down showing the letters to the upside down of Will and the Demogorgon. I think that was just a fantastic depiction of it and a great way to show a difference. James, if my favorite Stranger Things character, to be honest with you, I mean I have some 11s. I think those are great characters. I think Billy was a fantastic one, but I think my favorite one is one that's not even made yet because they need to make a Vecna Funko Pop, and I think that would be absolutely fantastic.
I don't know who any of these characters are, but they sound cool. And she has blood coming out of her eyes.
It's awesome.
So
And her
that's
nose.
and her nose. And all over the floor. And there's a camera on the wall, and I'm confused on why there's a camera on
Oh,
the wall.
I know why the camera's up there.
Is it to catch naughty stuff?
Well, I mean, you got to remember they were special children that were being, closely monitored. Because remember, she's number 11, so she's 11 technically. And yeah, I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not gonna kill the
I don't know.
biggest surprise, but that is. Oh man, I want that really bad when I saw that.
So let's see what we got here. There's this one that none of us know anything about. It's going to be an
But
anime.
I think it's still create. I don't know what it's about. I don't know why it's like that. But I think it is. Haven't seen a ton of put together type things for anime, and I think that's a great ad.
This one has been catching a lot of attention here lately.
Oh, the Oasis. I mean,
Yeah.
the classic. Those, of course, are the brothers that hate each other.
That hate each other.
Oh, they absolutely hate each other. And that's why Oasis will never come back is because of the two of them.
Nick wants you to help explain this.
Explain that Kristen Stewart flopped Snow White and the Huntsman. That's not a Disney. Yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman. It was again Disney's attempt of a live action thing. In fact, I don't even know if that was a Disney. But again, Disney also licensed out their product, so they may not have been part of it, but they received money for licensing out the item. So I believe I read it, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that Disney bought out the rights for Snow White within the book, as well as like they did for Mary Poppins. They eventually did buy out the rights for that, so that way they weren't just licensing it.
Today is going to be the day that Funko makes you into a doll. I hope so. I hope they make my Funko. Anyways, this one is going to be Dustin. This is the GameStop exclusive. He's got the Dungeons and Dragons dice in his hand. I'm going to tell you why I appreciate this pop, though. I remember when Dungeons and Dragons was like something you didn't tell people you did. You didn't tell people that you went and played Dungeons and Dragons at your friend's house because you would get bullied for playing Dungeons and Dragons.
But I was a big Dungeons and Dragons.
I was too.
Man.
I was too.
I had the books, man. We used to go to my friends, spend an entire day doing a campaign.
Yes, with your dice and all of that good stuff. I remember all of that, but I know that there was a time that wasn't as mainstream as it is now. It is really mainstream now, and I think it was cool that they brought that into like the forefront of things where they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and that's kind of how this whole story starts to unveil. I think that's super cool. I actually have this pop, by the way.
Oh, you have that pop?
I have this pop, yes.
I almost bought that, and I ended up not, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't.
I had to pick that pop up. It's my daughter's really into Stranger Things, and it was a GameStop exclusive. And I thought if I was going to get her a pop, it would have to be this one. What is this thing? This one is going to be Joe. What? Oh, this is Jonathan Davis from Korn.
Oh yeah, it's Jonathan Davis. That's the early Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, this is going to be early Jonathan Davis
albums, where he was wearing the pink Adidas outfits, and of course I don't think he even has the eyebrow rings anymore.
Seriously, early Jonathan Davis. I mean, this is really early Jonathan Davis.
And to answer some of those questions with the Brother Grimm thing, actually, Brother Grimm, Grimm fairy tales were published well over a century. Snow White. The Grimms merely collected the stories. The stories themselves were generally centuries old through time, so they were merely firmly public domain. So Disney does not own anything to Brother Grimm. The story of Snow White is actually public domain.
If
So
this is
I was
one of
wrong.
them, if this is one of them that you missed, GameStop has been restocking these here lately.
Really?
The White Vision, yeah, they've
That's
been
not the glow in
restocking.
the dark one, though, right?
No, the Walmart exclusive is the glow in the dark. GameStop just had the regular old white one. It's not metallic. It's not anything. It's just a white Vision. So if you've missed that one, you should go check out your local GameStop. I promise you, they probably got one hidden in the corner somewhere. So go check that one out. That's gonna be kind of it for the
Yeah,
day.
that was definitely Adidas music video. That was great.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Yeah, this is another good one. If you're a Stranger Things fan, of course,
Is
this is
this a
her.
Stranger Things pop too?
Yeah, this is 11. This is her outfit when she was going to the tank to try to regain her powers and remember because she had lost her powers, of course, by trying to, of course, just try to live a normal life. She kind of lost her powers, and they use this like uh, I don't know what they call it, where they kind of lay in the water and stuff like that, and kind of take away all your sensory. And but yeah, that's kind of the same thing. And they were bringing her memories back. And so when it ended, the first few episodes of that was originally released, she remembered everything that happened. So I have not watched the last two episodes. So I was watching The Boys, and if anyone has watched The Boys or any of the past seasons, they thought the first two seasons were raunchy. Oh my god, this new one is absolutely ludicrous as far as raunchiness goes. But
So did she get her powers back?
again, I haven't watched the last two episodes.
What do you mean?
What they did is they kind of did the Stranger Things season 4, kind of like what they did with was it that other one with anyways that so they released so many episodes in end of May, beginning of June, and then the last two, which I guess the last one of the two is like 2 hours long, from what somebody told me. Those just released on the first.
Nope. Can do it. Before we get out of here, what you got going on this week? I know you got something going on this week. What's going on?
Of course, we got 5 minutes of Disney, and I've been doing pretty good at releasing those every Sunday. You get a little bit of 5 minutes of Disney, which is some of the top Disney news going on around Disney and what I think is important. Of course, so we've got a Magic Kingdom fireworks, not 4th of July, but Magic Kingdom fireworks that is that me and the family went out to. That'll be releasing this week. And getting out to Disney at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do next for it, but I've still got other videos to finish. And I meant to, if any of you guys did see it, I briefly had up I was going to do a live from Magic Kingdom fireworks last night for 4th of July. And we were going to go. And we're on Disney property, and we realized, you know what? My youngest fell asleep. I was starting to get tired, and I had to be out for work the next day. And it is, if you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, it is a pain in the butt to get out of there and get back to your car. It takes about an hour because the monorail and everybody trying to get out. And it sucks. So we got on Disney property. We realized, you know what? We had in my community, everyone kind of pitched in money, and this one guy that is a pyrotechnician bought a shitload of fireworks and set them off down at the end of the road. So we turned around and we went and watched his fireworks. So unfortunately, I deleted that live stream, so I never ended up making it there. It was a long day, so we didn't end up doing it. So I don't know if anyone noticed it. Maybe nobody did, but that was the reasons why it disappeared.
It happens sometimes.
So
it happens.
What you got? By the way, I saw your top 5 video. Great.
I don't really know what I got going on the rest of this week. I haven't made my videos yet this week. I still have a video that's going to be coming out probably next Wednesday. I need to finish editing, so I haven't finished editing a few videos right now. I don't really know. I've kind of just been letting the channel go wherever the channel goes. So we're just going to see what happens. I still got some shorts that I'll probably post a short tomorrow. I'm going to get another video posted Friday for sure. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, we would just see what happens, but you're going to always get Monday and Friday for me. I mean, guaranteed Monday and Friday. Tuesday, we're always going to be live, whether it's on Chris's channel or whether it's on this channel. We'll always be live on Tuesdays, so there's always those things you can guarantee. Everything else is just a little bit of a bonus. Just a bit of a bonus.
And
Chase,
definitely for me, Chase is right, especially that's another thing with Florida out here. It's hot. It's sweaty. It's gross. And when you're in these parks, it's at least 10 degrees hotter inside these parks. So that's another reason why we just kind of turned around. But there's a lot of stuff coming up. I mean, I plan on going to Halloween Horror Nights on the first night this year to go check that stuff out, to the Disney parties first nights, because those are back and they're cheaper than they were before. So again, yes, this is probably the only time I really talk Funko anymore. Now I do have one thing I did have. It's next. I believe it's next. What day is the 11th? I don't even know anymore. On the 11th next week, I believe it's next Monday. I did get invited on to, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a live stream with two boys and their pops and Sassy Cajun. So I will be on there for a little bit, talking with them, hanging out with them. So if you see me on there, that's it. I got invited for it. So, and I think it's their first episode of their new season.
So go check them out.
It'll be a lot.
That'll be fun.
And you never know. I almost popped onto Chase's chat the other day if I didn't get called into work. So I was just about ready to crash his party, but I had to get called into work, unfortunately.
Well, it was fun hanging out with you guys. We will see y'all next week.
Y'all have a wonderful night.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. We've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.